Hey guys, what's up? My name's Nicolas and welcome back with another video. But today I'm not gonna be playing a game. Also, I'm not gonna be reacting to a video, but I'm gonna be, because I already watched this. This is just me telling you guys my thoughts for the upcoming survival zombie game. This coming December 7, 2021, which is none other than Dying Light 2. So, basically, I'm gonna be watching the official gameplay trailer and the official Stay Human, Dying Light 2 Stay Human official gameplay trailer, as well as I'll be reacting to the Dying Light 2 Monster Reveal trailer. So, without further ado, this is just gonna be quick. I'll be watching again. I'll browse to the gameplay trailer and then telling you guys my thoughts about the game. And then after that, I'll be watching the Monster Reveal trailer, which I've already seen, but still fascinated about it because I have some few thoughts that I want to bring out and tell you guys. So let's do this. Some scenes have been edited to avoid spoilers. Understandable.
Hey everyone, we've been quiet for some time, since like the rest of the world, we had some unforeseen hurdles to clear. But the wait is over. Let's dive into the open world of Dying Light 2.
Okay, so that's a cool move. My first thought about it is that move. Is that an actual move that you get from an upgrade tree where you could use zombies as whoop cushions or as, impact absorbers to jump a high place? Because technically that's not realistic considering it's just a body that is probably gonna explode, and either way, if there's only two of you, you're gonna technically die if you do that in real life, right? But if that's a move where you could actually, at least prevent getting too much damage by... I mean, it wasn't that high, was it? I mean, yeah, it's not that high. It is high, but not that high. And yeah, I saw the meter watch. So yeah, there's a watch that watch. There you go. That's the meter that says when you're gonna turn. So there are vehicles. That means...
The last slice of Dying Light 2 showcased the mission from the main storyline.
You get after those fuckers.
You saw how your decisions influenced the narrative and notably changed the environment. This time, we want to give you a broader look at the game and a sneak peek at some of the things we'll be talking about in upcoming months. In Dying Light 2, you become Aiden Caldwell, an outsider trying to unravel a tangled mystery from his past. Its trail leads him to unravel a...
I'm guessing you're the bald guy, the one with the light green shirt, and the girl is his friend or sister. Or is that a girl? That has to be a girl, right?
From his past. Its trail leads him to the city. Probably the last bastion of mankind in the world. Probably unravel a tangled mystery from his past. Its trail leads him to the city. Probably the last bastion of mankind in the world.
Shit!
At first, you feel feel like this intense, brutal place will tear you apart. But then you meet the Night Runners, veteran survivors who help.
Oh wait, I just saw that.
You meet the Night Runner. You meet the intense, brutal place will tear you apart.
So you see that? There is someone jumping in the middle of the screen. That's when you meet one of the Night Runners. That's cool.
But then you meet the Night Runners, veteran survivors who help people in better days.
By the way, I'm Hakon.
You were a night runner. You used to help people, remember?
Night runners are gone. Finished. A myth.
And although it's not entirely clear you can trust them,
He also has the watch.
allies in the
That means he also has the watch, I could see, so that means he's infected.
dark.
Volatiles. Yep.
And these are the modern Dark Ages. It's been 15 years since the apocalypse and the world has changed. The old
That's a fresh body there, alongside with the bones on the left side of the screen.
civilization has fallen, but a new one has been built on its ashes. People fight desperately for scarce resources. Rules are broken, and weakness is punished.
So I'm guessing this is the leader of the soldiers. I think I've seen her before, one of the female characters that was actually revealed in the gameplay trailer. So this is two factions, I'm guessing.
Three factions struggle for position in the city. Survivors pride themselves on being able to adapt to any circumstances and cobble together safe zones almost everywhere.
Okay. The typical one. And then there's the peacekeepers. I'm guessing that's the general.
Loyal soldiers who want to impose their version of law and order and trample all in their path. Renegades, ex-prisoners serving their ruthless colonel, seeking to become sole rulers of the city.
Where is Wolves? Make him tell me.
So yeah, I'm guessing the the ex-prisoners one.
Is
Ruthless colonel, order and trample all in their path.
The peacekeepers, the survivors,
Renegade.
and the renegades. I'm guessing the renegades are the hardest one to be allies with, considering half of them or some of them are criminals or ex-criminals, basically. Just like Negan, I'm guessing, like Negan. This is probably like the representation of Negan, Negan's colony in The Walking Dead.
Prisoners serving their ruthless colonel, seeking to become sole rulers of the city.
where is Wolves?
Okay.
Make him tell me.
Use these
So I'm also guessing, what if in the city, in the city of Dying Light 2, that you could assign a specific location or a section of the city that that you could assign a faction to take over, to take control of, or to take over. So you could assign each faction what part of the city they can control and what part they can't, to provide it to another or to offer it to another faction.
Use these factions to reach your goal. Help or harm them to Use these factions to
So what if technically you get to decide which part of the city a faction can control and which part which part of the city other factions get to control. So that's what I'm interested in. For example, if I was the game developer, my concept with this would be, if there's a what you call it, there's a what you call, if there's a part of the city that has explosives, obviously I would give it to the experts. I would offer it to the factions that has the most experts in terms of explosives, so it doesn't go to the wrong hands, which is technically the peacekeepers. So they could use it, what you call, in maintaining order rather than giving it to the survivors, because if they revolt, they could use that against other factions. Or if you if you give it to the renegades, then it could be used to more. They could use that in a more criminal way. So basically, the peacekeepers would be the best option. So I'm guessing that's when the choices come. And if they add that as a part of the story or a part of the game where you get to choose what part of the city each faction controls, and depending on the resources, that would be cool.
Go. Help or harm them to reshape the city to your liking.
So yeah, I'm guessing when they take control of one part of the city, they get to add something that they're specialized with, like weapons, traps, obstacles, or shortcuts.
Just remember, each faction contains complex characters.
Yeah, so they did mention that there are complex characters, which means there will be NPCs for each faction that will be either fighting against you or will not be agreeing to all of your directions. So technically, you cannot make everyone happy. There will always be people who's gonna hate you no matter what. There will always be traitors. There will always be people who will disagree with your decisions and will add conflict to the story, which I really like. So technically, there will be, chances are, obviously, considering there are factions, there will be choices to be made where you get to decide which factions you want to save and which person you want to save from each faction. What if two NPCs are in danger and the faction for those NPCs want you to save that NPC? So let's say there are two NPCs that are in danger. One is from the peacekeepers and the other one is from the survivors. And you can only save one. And obviously, if you save the other one that dies will affect that faction and how that faction treats you. So,
Nosy Parker, ain't ya? Got some kind of bad habit of yours?
so you have to make them happy. I always wonder, what if there's a way, no matter how small the chances are, if there's this tiny slithering slim way that you can make everyone happy, and you can make everyone happy, and that you can maintain balance where every faction is happy. I'm pretty sure there is a way where you get to you get all three factions to be friends for themselves. So that's cool. So I wish that they would do that, even though how slim the chances are. That there was a way in your choices that you can make all three factions side with you and be happy without fighting each other. So probably there is a way that you get you get to fulfill or complete the quest where the ending would be all factions will be working together.
So, will you follow cold calculation or your heart?
The bazaar needs good people. Help us and you'll find a home here.
Some in the city offer no chance for an alliance.
Bandits.
And common thugs live only to plunder and kill, plunging the streets into chaos. Yet, nightfall scares all of them equally.
Those yellow uniforms remind me of from the previous Dying Light. I forgot what they're called. The the army. No. Kadirs. Kadir's army because they were wearing what you call yellow uniforms and mask, if I'm not mistaken.
Nightfall scares all of them equally.
Yep. Nighttime is what makes Dying Light so interesting and scary. That's it's the only game so far that I have played, the only zombie game that I have played so far that involves day and night cycle, where where day and where basically where it uses the day and night cycle in terms of gameplay, and that the fact that even though it's a hack and slash zombie game, it also shows you that what you call, even though you have weapons, that you could still technically die if you're not too careful, especially when you're playing the game during nighttime in this game. So I wonder what faction that is, because that's not, I'm guessing that's either a bandit faction. It doesn't look like the peacekeepers. Probably the renegade.
Darkness changes the rules of the world. As the light fails, monsters crawl out of hiding to prey on the poor souls caught outside the safety of UV rays.
So I'm guessing zombies now are more... There are more zombies during at night considering it day. And the previous game, Dying Light, the previous two games, Dying Light and the following, there were still a lot of zombies during daytime. I'm guessing here, what you call in Dying Light 2, there's gonna be more during the night compared during the day, so that's cool. I'm guessing from just looking at that zombie, you could probably trigger that to explode. You could probably trigger that to explode, basically.
Infected pour into the streets like decaying lava. The deadly...
Okay, so I already saw a special zombie standing on the left corner, which I believe is one of the newer special zombies. I'm guessing the Screamer or the Spitting Zombie.
Spawn of 15...
This one is interesting. It's like freaking Spider-Man. It's like a giant spider equipped on its back. So I don't know what type of special zombie that is, but that is not a normal zombie.
years of mutation and evolution.
This is the this reminds me of Tank from Left 4 Dead, or I forgot what they're called. The special zombie, basically in Dying Light 2, the giant ones, which the Demolisher. There you go. It's a different form of Demolisher, but this time it's there's what you call it. I remember it. The one with hammer. The hammer zombie. I forgot what they're called. Sledgehammer zombie. The brutes, basically. Oh yeah, the goons. So technically they're goons. This remind me of the goons, the goon zombies, the one with the sledgehammer in the previous game. The big ones that have giant hammers, except I think it's a lot bigger. So they're more mutated compared to the typical goons. This one reminds me of the witch from Left 4 Dead 2. Considering she is screaming and has long claws. So I'm guessing they copied that. Or it reminds me from Left 4 Dead. No, the Dead Island zombie. I forgot what it's called. The one that has what you call the butcher, basically, rather than because in what you call in Dead Island, the butcher has bones protruding, bones basically that from its broken arms used as claws to stab people. This one has like this, what you call mutated claws for a weapon. So it reminds me of either the witch from Left 4 Dead 2 or the butcher from Dead Island. So I'm guessing that's where they got the ideas for this one. This one looks like a spitter. It reminds me of the spitter from Left 4 Dead 2. I believe. I'm not sure what it's called. The female terrifying zombie. Yeah, the spitter. Basically, it reminds me of the spitter. Because it opens its mouth and its lungs. I said this one, yeah. It's like a spitter. Or the screamer. Yeah, the spitter. So this one, I'm guessing it's either spits acid to you, because I've seen the monster reveal trailer, or makes noise. So it attracts other zombies. It screams. So probably in a scenario where you have to assassinate one of these, being surrounded by lots of zombies, the most important thing to do, the first thing you need to kill is actually kill this one. Kill whatever this screaming zombie is, because the moment it screams, it's gonna attract all the zombies in the area. So you have to kill this first before killing the zombies around it. Chances are it's gonna be surrounded by different types of zombies.
Your only escape? Exploit the city's verticality and flee to the roofs. Though even there, you are never safe from swift and deadly virals.
Virals are actually not dangerous and deadly in Dying Light. You can easily kill them out. The only thing is they're annoying because they're super fast. And if you don't kill them quick, if they outnumber you, then that's when they become a problem. But technically, as long as you stay your ground and you keep hitting them and you keep taking them down before more come, you'll be fine. The only problem is if you trying to outrun them is annoying, because they could attract attention and technically they will still catch up to you, considering they run fast, and they, just like the night runners, basically they introduce running zombies like the freaking, it's like trying to escape a 28 days later zombie. It's not ideal. You're gonna, unlike the zombies or unlike the virals, you're gonna run out of stamina and you will die. So in real life, technically the best way is to kill them rather than trying to outrun them. Surprisingly, in this video, they made virals look dangerous. Even though in the previous Dying Light game, they were not dangerous at all. You could easily kill them. They're just annoying. They're probably the least dangerous zombies in Dying Light, as far as I'm concerned.
Or even greater threat.
Well, technically, aside from the normal zombie, the walker, the slower ones, they're the second least dangerous. And then there's the volatiles, the most terrifying zombies that I have ever encountered in Dying Light. I love zombie games, and this is one reason why I was terrified of Dying Light, was because these things will kill you. No doubt about it. They're deadly, they're dangerous, and will kill you.
Yet night brings opportunity as well. Nests rife with infected during the day now lie empty. To explore them, you must tread carefully. But those brave enough to face the terrors of the night can loot a jackpot.
Yeah, alright. So basically, what you call, obviously in Dying Light, players or people avoid playing the game at night. They sleep and wait for day because that's the easiest way to avoid volatiles and playing and dying from playing the game. Obviously, there's gonna be missions that will force players and force you guys to play during the night, and I've seen one of those. I think one of those was when they first introduced volatiles. You have to outrun them on the previous game, where you need to get the vaccine. And obviously, by the time you get to the vaccine, it was already nighttime and you have to run, basically. And then, what you call... obviously, they're gonna this time they're gonna force players to play during the night because technically they know how dangerous the night is. But like they said here, those who
The terrors of the night can. The terrors of the night can. The terrors of the terrors. The terror. But those brave enough to face the.
yeah, they did say that those brave enough to travel to these places during the night, which is also ideal because that means that the place is empty because all the zombies, probably including the volatiles, have already went out to hunt outside while their nests are completely abandoned or open to a lot of people, open for you to explore. So that's a cool concept, basically. And then that's a good way to explore these parts of the map, the buildings, basically.
Terrors of the night can loot a jackpot.
And that's when you get powerful items, probably upgrades, Easter eggs, secrets, new weapons. So here's another thing that I want to, because in Dying Light, obviously there are these chests that you need to lockpick, and the higher the tier, the harder for them to, the higher the tier, which means the harder for you to lockpick the items. In Dying Light, lockpicking was hard at the first time because you have limited resources, but when you get the gist of it, I could unlock everything. It wasn't that hard, basically. At first, I could not understand the concept, but in the end, you get the gist of it, and you understand how lockpicking works. So I'm guessing here there are chests like crates, what you call, I'm guessing refugee crates, hospital, biohazard, military crates where you get weapons, health, upgrades for your even secrets, Easter eggs, and other. So this is what I'm wondering. What is this? Is this a vaccine to or an upgrade? It says first aid. So I'm guessing it's a vaccine to upgrade your stats, like your upgrade tree, your skill tree, or is it a vaccine to slow down the infection because you're infected? If I'm not mistaken, in this game you're infected. And I also noticed that you don't have a watch yet, or it's not showing here.
Luckily, you have all the tools you need to survive. Your extraordinary parkour skills allow you to navigate even the most treacherous terrain.
I love the music.
On the roofs, you can count on your parkour acrobatics to save your life. But often, you'll have to face your enemies head on. And then you have to be smart, resourceful, and...
So one thing I also noticed is basically they did mention, the developers mentioned in the game, that guns are gonna be non-existent in this game, considering that there are peacekeepers. They won't be using guns. So it's just basically more or less melee weapon. There will be guns, but they're not the typical M16 machine gun, submachine gun, shotgun rifles. They're just gonna be like the old school Buster Bus handmade weapons that uses what you call nails, like a nail gun. I think yeah, there is a nail gun in Dying Light. No, in Dead Island. And in Dying Light, I think there are guns. There's an M16 gun. There's a rifle, a pistol, a magnum, I'm guessing, and a shotgun, if I'm not mistaken.
Determined. We've worked hard on the essence of our combat, making sure swinging a big, meaty weapon is fun, satisfying, and well executed. But even the most brutal fights can be tactical as well. You have multiple ways to hone your skills toward the gameplay style that suits you best. It's up to you if you focus mostly on mobility and parkour.
Oh, that guy has an... Okay, so...
On mobility and
That guy has a bow.
or aggressive, blunt force combat.
So I'm guessing they're replacing what you call guns with bows. Probably crossbows, if ever, and Buster Bus, those handmade guns. So ammunition is gonna be scarce. Obviously, there's not gonna be guns. It's weird because I've seen a lot of police cars, and the fact that Dying Light 2 developers or the developers of Dying Light 2 mentioned that there will be no guns is an interesting part of the game. Probably to make the game a lot harder, because I'm guessing that. With guns, people can just shoot zombies from a distance as long as they have ammo.
Or a crafty approach with the tools you've created.
So there are spears. So most of this is basically medieval. They're going medieval with the weapons. Spears, blades, bows. So technically, it's a realistic and ideal because ammunition, with the civilization going down and lost, no one's gonna be making gunpowder and ammunition. With factories shutting down and being abandoned, there will be no ammunition for guns, technically.
Get the job done. Every ability you learn can be a game changer and
Molotovs, basically.
possibly a new favorite.
Wait, that's a cool weapon.
Ability you learn can be a game changer and ability you
Okay, so throwing knives. I've seen that from Dying Light.
learn can be a game.
I don't technically use throwing knives. I'm more of a gun person. Because throwing knives, you have to pick them up. Unlike guns, you can just reload and then shoot. Molotovs, I think... Is that a gun?
Possibly a
No, it's a weapon.
new favorite move.
And there's the typical buster gun bus gun. I forgot buster. I don't know. I forgot what they're called. The typical revolver or one-shot pistol bust gun. Basically, I forgot what they're called. The boomstick or the blunderbuss. There you go, the blunderbuss. Okay, here's the interesting part about Dying Light now. They added choices. That's what got me interested about the game, because in Dying Light, basically in the previous game, it was just basically story. This one, you create your own story because the story depends on your choices. And depending on your choices, it could change the world. So basically, people are gonna be interested to play both sides of the coin, making the world pretty or making it the worst world possible, which I will definitely do if I have the time to do so.
Things move fast and quick in Dying Light 2. Each moment matters. Each move could
That's the girl that got her head chopped
be
off.
triumph or
Right? That's the girl that got her head chopped off from the previous part. Where was it? Yeah, that's her, right? Or is it... Yeah, that's her, right? Or that's a different girl. That has to be a different girl. Or it's this girl. Is that her? That got her head chop off? Not sure. Looks like her.
Resources. Rules are broken.
Oh no. Okay, has a yellow pouch.
Suits you best. Combat. Dying Light 2. Each moment matters. Each move could mean triumph or
Okay, that's a different girl, I think.
defeat.
So I'm guessing that's a night runner. So there will be times that when you make the wrong choice, players and NPCs won't be happy and they will kill themselves. Good noted.
Choose your actions and friends carefully.
Traitors, basically.
Everything you do in the city can reshape the gameplay environment, change the course of the narrative, and decide the fate of the city's residents. But most importantly, you decide your own fate as well.
You're about to turn.
Make sure to stay human.
That's the interesting part. There's a time limit. Now, this could change how the game is played. It could make the game more fun considering that you're infected and that you're in a running time. At first I was like, it could make the game uglier because this time people can't enjoy the game because that means they have a limited time to do things and they can't explore because you're infected. That means you're gonna be focusing more on finding a cure rather than exploring. But when I watched the monster reveal trailer, which I'm gonna be watching after this, I discovered something interesting about it, and that's an interesting concept actually. By the way, the music is amazing. The Watch Out song that was used for the trailer is amazing. I actually downloaded that on my phone because it's cool. And of course, December 7, 2021 reveal trailer. I will also try my best to buy the collector's edition. It is hard considering it is sold out all throughout the what you call the online store. That's the sad part. So I may have to buy it locally in my country, or I have to force myself to go on eBay, which I don't like because it's super expensive. But it's basically just what you call skins and the DLCs. And one thing is, this is the most expensive game that I have seen so far. One of the most expensive game. I think that's one thing that Techland was being greedy about. The game costs the game costs $100 for the DLCs. So that's that they're really they really adding a lot of money, a lot of price for those DLCs. So they have to be good, right? So that's the interesting thing about this. Alright, we're gonna be watching the monster reveal trailer.
So, you have an army here?
The peacekeepers. Seriously riling up the bazaar folks.
I'll proceed with caution. Are we going? You wanted to show me something?
Sure. Follow me.
Okay.
You won't get far without the biomarker. Without it, you don't know when you turn.
Okay, so that's what it's called. The watch is called the viral marker. Is that what they mentioned? Ah, biomarker. So it's called biomarker. This is an interesting part. What you call zip lines and then catching another zip line from underneath. So watch this. He drops to another zip line. So that's an interesting. It's gonna be a maze basically. And there are plants and trees growing on roofs.
Biomarker, they're at the GRE hospital. I'm waiting by the lobby.
GRE. So yeah, GRE was also introduced in Dying Light. I'm not gonna spoil anything unless you have played the first game, but they're like the government that was trying to save the world, only to find out that that was not the case. Typical government. Here's another interesting fact. Zombies are sleeping, as if they were humans, and you have to stealth your way through them. Oh wait, are those watches that I'm currently seeing? If you zoom closely, they have watches. So they have watches on their wrists, except it's red compared to the blue guy, compared to the Night Runner that has a blue light on it. That means they're infected. Obviously, they are dead, but people have what you call. These people have biomarkers.
Sleeping Beauties.
Yeah, we have to walk past them. If you crouch and move slowly, they shouldn't notice you. Get too close, and you're done for. And you're done for.
See? He has a biomarker, that watch, that tells you if you're infected. Except it's red. That means he's already dead. And turned. Why not just grab the watches that they have? Will that work? There's a watch on the floor. I see a watch on the floor. Yeah, there's a watch on the floor, the red one, see? Rather than going deep. Probably can't, right? But why? That does not make sense. It also with the flashlighting, I think every time you what you call shine a flashlight on their faces while they're sleeping, obviously it's gonna wake them up. It reminds me of an online game where there are sleeping aliens. I forgot what it's called. Okay, I finally found it. It's called GTFO, or Get the Freak Out, I'm guessing. It's about an alien game where aliens are sleeping, and when you go near them, you have to go stealthily, or if you can kill them silently, basically, or what you call, if you flash your light in them, they'll wake up and attack you. So yeah.
What is that?
Chemicals. Nasty shit. GRE doused all on.
Okay.
Chemicals. Nasty shit. GRE doused the whole hospital with it. Along with the patients and staff.
So this is where they introduce the monsters Different types of zombies.
I wanted to stop the infection at all costs. Worked out great for now.
Okay, so basically the goon, the new version of the goon. And this is the spitters. I'm guessing it reminds me of the spitter of Left 4 Dead 2. I'm guessing they spit acid. Or they could be the exploding ones. I forgot what it's called. The Dying Light. Is it Dying Light or Dead Island? Yeah, it's Dying Light. The exploding zombies. I forgot what they're called. The bomber. They look like a different version of the bomber. But I'm guessing they could either spit acid or explode with acid. And obviously the screamer, or the one with sharp claws like the witch from Left 4 Dead. Okay. So I'm guessing this is the first part of the game where they introduce you, and this is where you first get your watch or biomarker, and will introduce you all the types of zombies that you have to face in this game. And of course, the famous volatile. The famous volatile. These guys are dangerous, and that's why I love the game, because they made the game hack and slash and horror at the same time. They run fast and they can kill you if you're not too careful. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. Sorry about this.
What? Sorry about what?
About that. On behalf of all its whores, bandits, and idiots, I christen you a citizen.
Oh, there you go.
You're about to turn. Get into the light fast.
This is when this is when it becomes interesting. It says, the man says, get in the light fast. Sunlight prevents you from turning. And when you turn, you don't like sunlight anymore. Oh, that's a special zombie, right? What the? Oh yeah, that is a special zombie. The one with claws. And it looks like a little child. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that was an interesting, obviously the zombies, what you call, weird. There are zombies that don't die during the day, and there are zombies that die when they hit sunlight on their skin. So that's an interesting concept, including the volatiles. So they're like vampires, basically. Quite weird, but interesting concept either way. Yeah, that's an interesting concept. So yeah, that's Dying Light 2. Basically, Dying Light 2, Stay Human, my thoughts so far. Yes, it is coming in December 7 in 2021, and I will be buying the game, and I will try my best to buy the collector's edition so that I could show it to you guys and review it for you guys, for your entertainment, and can't wait to display it in my room as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys enjoy it, be sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe now if you haven't. And as always, I will see you guys next time with another brand new video. This is the Cool Mike signing off. Let me guys know how excited you guys are for Dying Light 2. Let me guys know if you want me to play this. And I'll see you guys next time with another brand new video. This is the Cool Mike signing off. Goodbye.